Hey, thanks for tuning into the show. And also, make sure with so much content whizzing around out there, there's only one storytelling platform that helps you keep calm and stay informed and inspired: Flipboard. Now, what is Flipboard, you ask? Flipboard curates the world's stories so you can be smarter in your work, life, and play. Choose from thousands of topics to personalize Flipboard and get the latest stories from the best publishers and experts delivered to you 24/7. Much like David's life and observation, you're definitely going to want to stay informed, so access, utilize, and work with Flipboard. Get started now at flipboard.com. Welcome to David's Life and Observation with your host, David Welch. Today's show is a little bit different type of show. It's a show about positivity and living in the good in a negative world. And here's what I mean by that. We have a lot going on in the world. We have the French, the yellow vest kicking ass over there in France to fight against tax raises. That's going to go well for the people of France. They just have to keep fighting and get what they need. And we just got to stay in the positive message for that. The positive message is that the people are doing the right thing and stepping up against the politicians who believe that they can tax and do whatever it is that they want to do. Here in America, we have so much nonsense going on, so much negativity. It's just, it's okay to live in the good. It's okay to find the feel-good stories once in a while, you know. Live in something different other than the shit. Or the dirt, as a good buddy of mine likes to say. Don't live in that headspace. You don't have to. And it's something I've had to learn. I've taken a couple weeks siesta off of my podcast, and purely because I was entrenched, I was engulfed in the hate and the vitriol and the negativity of what's going on in the world. So I had to detach. I had to remove myself from that. I mean, I haven't watched any videos really. I haven't really read a whole lot of articles lately, and it's been kind of a blessing. So every once in a while, we as intellectuals here in the great United States and the world listening to this, you have to step back from the negativity for a little bit. You know, I know there's the fight's always going to be there. There's always going to be a good fight to wage. There's always going to be a dragon to slay, so to speak. So, my message to you is take time to look at the good, value what's around you, and take a siesta. Now, for those who are in war right now, those who are in the shit, those who are listening to me from a battlefield or wherever the hell you're listening to me from, and you're in the negativity, you're in the morose and the sorrow. But you don't have to live in the negative. You don't have to be in the morose. You can find the beauty in a lot of places. Now, if you're in war, if you're in the thick of the shit, the mindset should be do whatever the fuck it takes to find your bliss, to get out of that situation and to feel whole. Okay? And people may not be in a physical battlefield. The battlefield may be an event, city council meeting. It could be anything. It could be any situation where you have to engage people. It could be a protest. It could be a counter-protest. It could be so many things that are going on in the world where you're waging your fight, where you're waging your war. And you come to the point where, you know, you're battle weary. You get into a fugue state. You're fatigued. You're tired. You know, you're not quite sure, like, you know, where the end of the battle's going to be. Okay? So for those who are in that situation, sit back, reflect, relax, Try to find another headspace. Try and do something or plan for something that allows you to move away from the stress of the negative conversations that are permeating the world, because that's where so much is published in the negative. So much more evil and ugliness is published versus the good. There are good stories that happen. There are heroic deeds that are being done. There are champions out there fighting a great fight. And sure, yeah, there's some Don Quixotes out there as well fighting windmills. But we have to embrace them as well. The power of finding the good. And here's what's good. You could be in a battle for 3 days. You come back, you see an empty pool. Dive the fuck in. Get a nice swim on. Get some of that battle rust off. And then go back to kicking ass. It frees your mind for a moment just to be under the water and stroke a few strokes and get back to the edge and get up and get going again. Get a good meal. Something you haven't eaten in a while. For me, it's Choco Tacos. Love Choco Tacos. I go years between Choco Tacos. And I think I do this to myself because it's always the reward. Like, you wait a little while and you just have one. You're like, damn, that was a good reward for myself. You know, do that. Find the value in a good book. Escape. You don't have to be on Earth mentally in order to find your bliss. No. Find the escape in a good book. Get back into reading. If you're not a reader, go into the headspace where you're going to watch a television series if you can. Get lost in that world for a little bit. It is okay to move yourself from that. So, just a quick show. Just a quick little tale today. Sorry for the interruptions, guys. I've had a few phone calls that were just cutting into my creative juices here. And unfortunately, my computer with my mic is back in Arizona. Right now, I'm in sunny San Diego. Had a really good day. All last week, didn't read the news. Didn't listen to dumb shit. This week, caught a little bit of the news. But I'm back in San Diego. Just trying to find, just trying to be physical again. Trying to get back into that mode of, being in a good headspace. Physicality, reading, writing when I want, relaxing by the pool, getting a good swim in, exercising the body, doing something other than reading the nonsense that's out there. I've turned off my social media notifications. That's been a bliss. And if I do social media, I'm looking at like good stories and workout videos. I'm not trying to watch, these talking heads that, quite frankly, get paid a stupid amount of money to spin information out there in the wire. And it's propaganda. We are so used to reading propaganda that we think it's actual news. And it's not. So get away from the propaganda and get into something a little different. I'm going to end the show super early. Just want to get it in. Tomorrow I'm going to do a much longer show. A huge show. And then I'll get back into some of the stories that are really grinding my gears that are out there. I'm just going to take a little bit to finish the rest of the day. Enjoy my siesta. And then tomorrow I'll get back into the thick of it, because there's a lot of moving and shaking that's going on in Austin right now with Open Carry Texas and CJ Grisham, and just a lot of being in that mode where we're back to attacking and fighting for justice. It's funny that those in law enforcement, those in government will say the people that are speaking against them are the outlaws. But the ones that are actually breaking the law, the ones that are doing prosecutorial misconduct and judicial misconduct and so on and so forth are the ones that are, being protected by that immunity bullshit. Anyways, I digress. Enjoy your siesta. Find your siesta. Find your bliss. Relax. Get back into that mode to fight tomorrow with me on the show. Talk to you soon.